What happened to your face?
What are our plans? What are we doing with our dog for a whole year?
Whoa! Whoa!
But it's over 300 pounds.
Elise has been helping.
Do you think there's life outside of Earth?
Today I'm taking the kids to the Arecibo Observatory.
So the Arecibo telescope was the largest telescope in the world for decades.
And some of the movies I watched growing up actually featured it, so I was gonna just introduce that to the kids before we drive off.
He's getting ready to signal the satellite.
This is the place. All right, who wants to go there?
Me!
Go get in the car.
Yeah!
As we're getting ready for the world trip, we've been seeing all these amazing places we can go around the world. But I realize that there are some places right here, not far from us, that we haven't gone to yet. And so we're gonna be doing a couple more adventures in Puerto Rico before we leave for the trip. So the cables that were holding up this whole section collapsed just a couple years ago, and the whole thing fell into the base.
Suspension cables forming part of the iconic Arecibo telescope snapped, releasing an instrument platform as heavy as 2,000 grand pianos.
It just wasn't being taken care of anymore. And what's so sad about that was this, for 50 years, was the world's biggest telescope and came up with some of the most important discoveries of how we view the universe.
And that collapsed?
Yeah. It was this tool that discovered the first planets outside of our solar system.
Whoa. That's big.
Yeah.
Whoa! Whoa!
See how big it is?
Yeah, that's crazy.
The platform collapsed from those cables and just went back
Yeah.
out of the mountain.
So it knocked down tons of the panels. There were 40,000 of these panels, just like this, that made up the dish for the telescope. That shows you the ultraviolet light.
But there's only one star we know for the bearing sun, so that's what I'm trying to find.
You're trying to find the red bead? We're trying to find the one red one. I found it.
Oh, you did? Oh, it's right there. Whoa, that's crazy hard.
So what do you guys think? Are we alone in the universe? Do you think there's other life?
Definitely.
Do you think there's more life out there?
Because we only see so much.
So within the fields of light, there's different ways that we can actually see. Like there's infrared, there's magnification, ultraviolet light, magnetic fields. So a lot of times telescopes are like that, where they're using different forms of light to teach us about the universe.
These real?
Yeah.
Whoa. Wait, what are they?
They're meteorites.
What? Real life?
Yeah, these are like this fell from space. And look, you can see how long
It's from space. Nickel iron meteorites like this one come from asteroids that collided in interplanetary space.
700,000 years ago. Wait.
From the top, you can see they look like glass bottles.
Whoa.
Look at this one in a specific.
Like light shines through it.
Yeah.
Whoa,
That's really cool.
That could usually lift a rock this small.
But it's over 300 pounds.
That's like more than
What's it made out of?
nickel.
This fell onto Earth 30,000 years ago.
Wow.
What? What is that?
It's a rock from Mars.
And
All right, so you know how we have an address and then a neighborhood, and we live in a city? This is like our address in the universe.
What?
Puerto Rico.
So the Earth.
The Earth is the inner solar system. The Oort cloud.
Okay, so the Oort cloud is a bunch of stuff.
Plus like dwarf planets.
Yeah, like Pluto is out here. Remember, we did a whole podcast with a guy who was looking for these.
And then the Orion arm.
Okay.
And then the Milky Way.
Okay, so the Milky Way.
And then the local group of galaxies. And then the universe.
I think one of the things I love about learning about space is that there is still so much to learn. We don't know everything, and as we get better and better tools, it changes and advances our understanding of it. There was a new telescope that just recently went out into space, and it's now even questioning the prior ideas of how old the universe may be. And so I just love that as we get new tools, it updates and improves our understanding of the universe.
It's a leftover piece from the formation of the solar system.
I was gonna say 4 billion years old is about how
billion
Earth, that's about how old the Earth is.
Exactly. It's from the formation of.
Yeah, so they currently think the universe is like 13 to 14 billion years old. But again, that it constantly changes and it depends on our tools.
Like there's Earth.
What do you think it is? It only rotates 2 times to one side and 2 times to the other side because.
So this little thing shows how it turns.
Yeah, it's a replica, like a model of how it worked.
Here, 2 scientists actually studying some type of stars. They're called neutron stars. These neutron stars are really dense stars. They're really heavy. Neutrons or pulsar stars, they're the same. They can be around 20 kilometers, but they have masses that are greater than the sun. Whoa. So they can be really small, but really, really dense stars. Now, you're gonna stick out your leg to the back.
And it slows you down.
You go back.
Whoa!
Really go?
Put it up higher. And then bring it in.
Answer. So this is the Drake equation. Okay, just answer these questions based on your opinion.
So if the odds show that there is likely life out in the universe, why haven't we discovered it yet?
Because we can't look that close into we would have to find the right planet, zoom in enough to find them, unless they create some form of communication, which seems like they're not there yet, or maybe we're not up to where they are.
Unless first they get to us. Alien invasion.
Do you think aliens have visited Earth and maybe they just haven't let us know yet?
Well,
No,
there was like a hidden something about like UFO something, right?
The hard thing with any UFO or UAP is it's unidentified, so we don't know what it is.
Basically, they send this message, and what we have here, this was actually sent in binary code, so a lot of ones and zeros. Here we have the basic elements of life.
Yeah.
You gonna watch the show?
One of the main cables of Tower 4 occurred on the 6th of November.
So they actually have one of the scientists who work here that's going to come and answer our questions. We're really excited to get to talk to him.
My field here is space atmospheric science, planetary and space atmospheric science.
Do you think there's life outside of Earth?
I think.
Yeah.
I asked him what his favorite thing about what he does, and he said his favorite thing was the discovery, like
Yeah, you can change the way that we view the world. So one of the interesting things that he's studying right now is global warming. He's able to measure, because they have data here for the last 60, 70 years. They can look back over the different times that the sun has caused the Earth to heat up, or the magnetic field, and what impact that has on the warming of the Earth. Super interesting. All right, what did you find most interesting there, Isaac?
I thought it was so cool to talk to that scientist, and also the possibility of life outside of Earth.
That they're continuing doing research even after the telescope is destroyed.
Yeah. Janae, what did you like?
I like those cool toys that we could play with.
Yeah, they made it really interactive. The scientist was also explaining that part of what this telescope has done is help give greater evidence to Einstein's theory of relativity and the curvature of space, depending on the size of the different objects in the universe.
So this morning, while Jeremy had the kids at this field trip, I actually got to go to a Mahjong tournament. I think I've mentioned Mahjong before. It's a tile game, and I get together with some friends and play it once a week, and I love the game, I really do. But even more than loving the game, I love that I get together with my friends and hang out. Hi.
I'm reading the joke book.
I was just letting you guys know where I was. I had a good time. We had breakfast and lunch, and we played lots of rounds of the game, and I didn't win, but I didn't lose, and I didn't embarrass myself, so we're gonna call it a win. Okay, what joke have you got for us?
Will you remember me in the day?
Yes, I will.
Will you remember me tomorrow?
Of course.
Will you remember me next week?
Definitely.
Will you remember me next year?
100%.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
You already forgot me?
What? Janae? I love that joke. We heard it from our niece at our family reunion, and it's a real winner. Oh, I will never forget you. Never, 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 never.
Well, the questions we got most about for our world trip was about Sunny.
So obviously we are getting ready for our world trip. Being gone for a year, there are so many details to manage. And the first thing we always get asked about is Sunny. What are our plans? What are we doing with our dog for a whole year? So Sunny's our dog, but he's also, I mean, he's like our baby. He's a member of our family. And so we thought long and hard about this. Initially, we kind of researched, trying to see if we could take him with us, but just logistically, it was gonna be a nightmare. And I don't think that's what would have been best for him either. So we started looking for a family that was willing to take him in for the whole year. We wanted him to be with a family, with kids. We wanted him to have the stability of being with the same person for the whole year. So after much looking, all the pieces have fallen together and fallen into place so beautifully. We are so excited. He is going to go stay with just this most wonderful family. They're friends of ours, so our kids are excited that he's going to spend the year with their friends.
All right, tonight for dinner, we're having a mango curry chicken with vegetables and rice. But as our kids are getting older, they are gone more and more. Like Isaac left to an activity with other people from our church. He'll be back even later tonight. Elise is out babysitting. She's become quite the popular babysitter. Caleb is finishing up tennis. And so actually home right now during dinner time is just me, Janae, and Laura, and everyone else will be trickling in over the next hour or so. So you came in with a pretty serious... What happened to your face?
She was going down a slide and she accidentally hit me in the eye with her foot.
Wow, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You've been icing it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, to make mine a little more healthy, I'm using cauliflower rice.
What's cauliflower rice?
It's just little pieces of cauliflower. Instead of having rice, it's actually just a vegetable.
Oh,
Good, you seem tired. Let's get you fed and then put you to bed. Apparently the girls have a handshake. All right, Elise just got home.
Yellow.
Where were you?
I was with my friends.
Oh, I thought you were babysitting. I was wrong.
We made up a water dance and it was super fun.
What are you working on?
My best friend David's birthday is tomorrow, and I wanted to surprise him by putting up posters all over when he comes out to go to school.
You helping us out?
That say happy birthday, and I think it's gonna be really cool.
Awesome. Looks really good. Love
Yeah,
it.
these outliners make a huge difference. I'm putting the ones I made over there.
Janae still loves this toy.
Elise has been helping.
I did this one.
You did. Nice. Caleb's writing a note. You guys ready to go put it up?
Yeah.
All right, before we go to bed, Janae is going to read me a book.
The bunny goose lives on my farm. A mouse around and around, now she's dizzy. Please give it back, silly goose.
Silly goose.
Needed a bath.
You are reading so well. So proud of you.
Yeah, silly, funny goose.
The end.
The end.
All right, we're snuggling before bed.
And I have a joke.
You have a joke? Okay,
Will
let's hear
you remember me in the day?
Yes.
Will you remember me next year?
Yeah.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
You already forgot me?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Who?
Who?
What, are you an owl?
Good night, J-House out.
We've shared a lot of big announcements in the past on our channel.
We're gonna share another big one today. We are going on a 1-year trip around the world.